So, the official notification for the UPSC Civil Services Exam 2025 is finally out, and let's be honest, it can be a pretty dense document. But don't you worry, that's what we're here for. We're going to crack that code together, break down all the key details, and turn those complex rules into a simple, clear guide for you. Let's dive right in. First things first, a simple question. Have you been thinking about a career in India's most prestigious civil services? If that's a yes, then you are in the perfect place. This right here is the very first step on a path that could shape not just your own future, but the future of the entire country.
And what a path it is. We're talking about the big ones, the Indian Administrative Service, the Foreign Service, the Police Service, and the list just goes on. Seeing them all laid out like this is a powerful reminder of just how massive this opportunity is. You're not just applying for a job, you're opening a door to serving the nation in dozens of really impactful ways.
Okay, this is super important, so grab a pen or get your phone's calendar ready. The notification dropped on January 22nd. Now, the absolute hard deadline to submit your application is February 11th at 6 p.m. sharp, not a minute later. You get a little window after that for any corrections, and then it's the big day. The preliminary exam is on May 25th, 2025. These dates are set in stone, so get them marked down right now. So here's our game plan for this explainer. We'll kick things off by making sure you're eligible. Then, we'll walk through the nuts and bolts of applying. After that, we'll break down the exam structure itself, cover some super critical rules you can't afford to miss, and then wrap up with your immediate next steps. Let's get to it. All right, first things first. Before you even start dreaming about exam strategy or which books to buy, you've got to get through the very first gate, eligibility. I mean, there's no point preparing for a race you can't run, right? So let's make absolutely sure you meet all the basic requirements. It really just boils down to three core things. First, your nationality. For the big three, IAS, IFS, and IPS, you absolutely must be a citizen of India. Second is your age. You've got to be at least 21 but under 32 as of August 1st, 2025. And third, education. A graduate degree is a must. Sounds simple enough, but the devil's in the details.
And when they say the age window is precise, they mean it. For the general category, this is non-negotiable. Your birthday has to fall between August 2nd, 1993 and August 1st, 2004. If you're even a day outside that range and don't qualify for a relaxation, then this year's attempt isn't for you.
Now, of course, there are some really important relaxations. If you're an OBC candidate, you get an extra 3 years on the age limit and 9 attempts in total. For SC/ST candidates, it's a 5-year relaxation and, get this, unlimited attempts until you hit that upper age limit. And for persons with benchmark disabilities, the relaxation is a full 10 years. It's crucial you know exactly where you stand here.
Okay, so you've double-checked everything, you're eligible, fantastic. That's a huge first step. Now it's time to officially get in the race. This part is all about the practical stuff, how to actually fill out that online application, and make sure you do it right the first time.
The process is actually more straightforward than you might think. First up, you have to do your one-time registration, or OTR, on the UPSC website. The good news is, this is a one-and-done thing for life. Once that's sorted, you use your OTR profile to fill out the application, pay the fee, and pick your exam center. And here's a pro tip for you. Centers are first come, first served. So, the earlier you apply, the better your shot at getting the location you want.
So, what's this fee we're talking about? How much does it cost to apply? It's just 100 rupees. Yep, that's it. For an exam of this scale, they've kept the entry fee incredibly accessible for everyone.
And this is a really, really important point. If you're a female candidate or if you belong to the SC, ST, or PWBD categories, the fee is completely waived. It's free. You do not have to pay that 100 rupees.
So, your application is in. Now for the big question. What have you actually signed up for? People often call the civil services exam the gauntlet, and for a very good reason. It's this multi-stage marathon that's designed to test you from every possible angle. Let's break down what that gauntlet looks like. The exam is really split into two major parts, the prelims and the mains, and they could not be more different. Think of the preliminary exam as the qualifying round. It's all multiple choice questions, and its only job is to filter the huge number of applicants down to a manageable size. Because of that, your score here doesn't count towards your final rank. The main exam, though, that's the real deal. It's a series of long, written, essay-style papers plus an interview, and your performance here is what decides everything. So if we zoom out and look at the whole journey, it's really a three-part gauntlet.
Stage 1 is the prelims, that screening test we just mentioned. If you clear that hurdle, you're on to Stage 2, the written mains exam. This is a truly comprehensive and grueling test with 9 different papers. And if you make it through that, you get the call for Stage 3, the interview or personality test. This is where a board assesses if you've got the right stuff for public service, and it's worth a massive 275 marks. Okay, before we go any further, we need to talk about the rules of the game. These are absolutely non-negotiable. Breaking them can get you kicked out, not just from this exam, but from all future UPSC exams. So this part is really important. This is the big one. You'll see this phrase in all caps in the official notification, and it's there for a reason. Mobile phones are completely and totally banned from the exam hall. But the part you really have to pay attention to is in the fine print. Because the notification clearly says even in switched off mode. That's the key. Bring in a phone, a smartwatch, any electronic gadget into the venue, even if it's turned off and buried in your bag, can lead to disciplinary action. And we're not talking about a small penalty. This could mean a ban from all future UPSC exams. Plus, they won't have a place for you to store your stuff. The message is as clear as day, just don't bring them. Period.
And here's another simple but totally unforgiving rule: punctuality. You have to be at the venue at least 30 minutes before the exam starts. They are serious about this. There is zero wiggle room for latecomers. And when they say under any circumstances, they mean it. No excuse is going to work. Don't let something like bad traffic end your dream before you even get to write the paper.
All right, we have covered a lot of ground: eligibility, how to apply, the structure of the exam, and the most critical rules. So what should you do right now, the minute you're done with this explainer? Let's boil it all down into a super clear action plan.
Here are your 4 immediate next steps. 1. Go and verify your eligibility one last time, just to be 100% sure. 2. Mark those key dates in your calendar, maybe with a few reminders leading up to them. 3. If you haven't done it yet, complete your one-time registration today. And 4, and this is a big one, please go read the full notification yourself. We've given you the highlights, but that document is the official rulebook. And that brings us to the end. Just remember, this journey into public service is a marathon. It is definitely not a sprint. It's going to demand your full dedication and discipline. By understanding all these rules and procedures, you've already completed the first lap. So the only question left is, are you ready to take that next step? All the best.